when we have a regulation like the GDPR or the right to be forgotten introduced into the global marketplace, how can companies respond to those types of regulations to make sure not just that they are compliant with the regulation, but that they have the proper insurance in case something happens post-regulation?
There has been a run for the bulls, we could call it, to get compliant with the GDPR requirements. And that goes around the data storage, what data you're harvesting, what you're using it for, and then, as you mentioned, the right to be forgotten, which basically is an individual can go to a company and say, I would like the right to be forgotten. And that company would have to find all of the different places that this individual's personal information might lie, all of the different platforms, all of the different areas where this information may have been used, and to be able to remove that from the system. Now, when you multiply that times the number of people that may be requesting this in all of Europe, the number is staggering, and it can be a very daunting task. Companies are trying to figure out how they can do that. What we also know is that for violations of GDPR, an organization can be fined up to 4% of its global revenue. So for a multi-billion-dollar organization, that number can be very significant. And so companies are racing to become compliant. At this point, we're about 60 days out from the implementation of GDPR. So, you know, it remains to be seen what is going to happen. I think it will be one of two conversations. Where are the fines? Or, wow, those are a lot of fines. And we don't know what's going to happen yet. A lot of it is going to come down to the bandwidth that the actual regulatory bodies have to actually go after companies, and, you know, how hard are they going to go after them in the beginning, and what's going to happen when they do have violations. So in the US, we've seen record fines being handed out by the OCR. And in many cases, it's because we have repeat offenders that haven't taken the breaches seriously, that are not taking corrective actions to fix whatever issues that they had. Usually, if an organization has some sort of a privacy incident, they've taken it seriously, they've dealt with it properly, they've taken action to correct whatever issues, that makes regulators happy. It's when people don't do that, or organizations don't do that, and it's this kind of flippant response that the fines get bigger and bigger for those repeat offenders.